And we are live once again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another live stream. And this is not titled with anything other than we're just going to get caught up to speed on some ranging and again, kind of touching base on a few things during this quarantine, this countrywide quarantine. We got a lot of ground to cover. So I'm going to do my very, very best to kind of cover that ground for you all to the best of my ability. Along with that, we're also going to talk about some things that, we're just going to have to take a look at doing. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of wait for everyone to kind of start showing up and filing into the live. And again, we're going to cover a lot of ground. Okay. A lot of ground. And even while we're kind of getting everything together, I'm still kind of setting up. Welcome to the one person who's in with us. Thank you for the one like already. Do appreciate that. Currently right now, I'm also working on a video project as well, something I've been working on for probably around 2 to 3 weeks. What's going on, Harrison? It's good to see you, buddy. Man, everyone's starting to show up. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Okay, we got again, think different. Welcome to the live. We got a lot of ground to cover in this live stream, an awful lot of ground to cover. Basically, we're going to be doing a lot more as far as the channel goes, doing some stepping up and trying to cater to the fact that there is still a lot of quarantine going on around the country and around the world in general. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be changing as far as that goes, trying to reach more people, trying to give people a little bit more to work with here on the Prince Magnum channel. Things like we're going to be Thursday nights is still going to be, regardless, is going to be definitely focused on is still going to be sober talk. That will not change. That stays the same. I am going to try to add in at least one more sober talk a week. I don't know. We're going to definitely try that. I feel that I've been a little lax on the romance end of the channel. So we're definitely going to try to address that issue as well. What's going on, Queen Bee? It's good to see it. Think different. Harrison's here. We got a lot of people already here on the live, and there may even be a few people lurking in the background, which totally fine, totally fine. But we are going to try to spend a little bit more time on DIY, projects, not just cars, but projects. Fleming, oh my goodness, the chairman. Welcome again, everyone, to the live. So now that we've got a pretty good crowd in here already, my goodness. Well, believe it or not, think different. I know, for you, it feels a little weird doing the makeup stuff, but I'll be absolutely honest with you. Currently, right now, that is probably getting me the most views in a live stream, right up there with Sober Talk. So I understand, I know for you it's a little weird, but at the same time, for everybody else, yeah, Harrison, you're here, buddy, and that sort of thing. So I understand the makeup lives do make people feel a little uncomfortable, but it's a running gag. And this Saturday with the makeup live, with that whole thing, see what I mean? Uh, it does benefit the channel. It does really help the channel out a lot. It does get us recognized. We now have, a few other channels that are a lot bigger that are spending time in the makeup lives, and they're shouting me out for it. Hey, what's going on, Mechanic CG? Welcome to the live, my friend. So that is, it is helping the channel out immensely, getting us noticed a little bit more. So as far as that goes, I mean, I'd be shooting myself in the foot if I did that. So we want to continue that, and I did. You know what? The fact that, I understand it is a little weird. Um, I would I will say this one, I think everybody who is familiar with the channel and everything, this Saturday, this makeup live is actually going to be a heartfelt one. There's going to be an actual topic that I have to talk about when I do it. So as far as that goes, I know, for a lot of it, I know, where I do a lot of the acting and goofing off and things like that. By no stretch of the imagination do you have to sit through that, but there is going to be an important message that's going to go along with this Saturday's Makeup Live. Some stuff kind of came across my desk, I guess you could say, some things that I need to actually address. You know what? Um, hang on a second. There's actually one that you're gonna mechanic. I'm gonna put the link to one of my videos that you might actually. I'll talk about it sometime, but wow. Oh no, your other channel was hacked? Oh man. Well, Daniel, hang on a second, buddy. I got you. Make sure I get this right. Booyah! Daniel, I straightened that out real quick, and I'll have to go through the computer and make some adjustments. But um, let me get y'all caught up to speed. Uh, I've got one that, I mean, I still am blown away by this story that came across that, you know, that came across my desk some time back. Every once in a while, because being a local YouTuber in my community, I and Think Different can actually vouch for this. We live in a very small community. St. Francis County, Missouri is not a very big county, and all the towns. I mean, yeah, each town is really small, and it's just like, you know, it's a rural community. Everything's kind of spread out a little bit, I guess is the best way to put it. And that being said, um, I'll put it to you like this: because of having Project Spirit, right? It happens, and I'll tell you what. Let me get a few things out, and then we'll touch base on that. Um, Give me just a second here. I know which one I'm looking for specifically because this one just it is an in your face. And again, we're coming to the end of in your face. By the end of this year, we're going to discontinue doing in your face. In your face is one that I just don't enjoy anymore. Oh my goodness. Where did I put that video? It's got to be in this ballpark area. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. But Queen Bee, for those that do not know, Miss Queen Bee is actually, I tease her all the time and say she's our refugee from from over on Twitch, and that sort of thing. But yes, we have here. I finally got the link. I didn't realize I had that many videos up anymore. Okay, so that's the big thing is this Saturday, the Makeup Live will have an important message to go with it. Um, so I would at least suggest sticking around even for that much. Then, once I start doing the acting and everything, go ahead and I completely understand if you jet out of that, you know. So, all right, mechanic, the this is the link that's coming up now. If it hasn't yet, there it is. This one here is the link to a video that will help you out, I hope, immensely. There you go. There you go. And I'm trying to make sure that I've got your stuff, uh, that I can get over there, see you, and watch what you do. You know. All right, so that pretty well covers all of that. Basically, sober talk will not change. Nothing changes on sober talk. I will need to try to start doing a little bit more in the way of topic. A lot of times, though, sober talk gets going so good, and I get really just jazzed up and just raw, and just really going at it, and uh, and that sort of thing. But then what ends up happening is that if I had a topic, it ends up getting kind of pushed to the wayside. So I need to really try to start focusing on topic, because there's a lot of people out there that could really use that too. Um, so those are the two things. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, mechanic. Um, So that's where we're at on that. Now, this last makeup live, we did have a troll pop in, and it wasn't pretty. Um, I will say again for all of my moderators, if you got a blue wrench, you see something like that going on, with my device and streaming and everything, it is sometimes hard for me fast enough. That's right. It's a beautiful day to be sober. So, with that happening, let me say right now, if you see something shady going on, immediately shut them down. Okay. I trust you guys. That's why you got the blue wrench. Okay. You see anything that's out of the ordinary, uh, just get them out of here. Okay. Shut them down and that sort of thing. Get them out, get them out of here because that's not the type of vibe we want to present, you know. So I know there was a lot of confusion about that. I'm a moderator, but do I toss them? Yeah, get them out of here. Get them out of here. Because we don't need that kind of we don't need that kind of negativity here. I had a pretty good idea who it was. Um, I could be wrong, but again, anytime we deal with the makeup lives, I know I'm setting myself up for at least a troll or two. So by no stretch of the imagination, we know what to expect there. So, you know, moderators, I trust you by all means. If you see anything funky going on in those live, when that's happening, and basically we're being trolled, get them out of the live, immediately drop that ban hammer, okay? Go for it. Drop it. Yeah, and real quick, one of the other changes that we are now doing. Um, I have now started adding my email address to the description box. Now, there's an important reason, not just so you can get a hold of me, because if you live in the United States or in Canada, if you send me an email, I can actually send you my phone number. So if you ever needed to talk to me about something's eating your lunch, whatever, send me an email and I will automatically send you my phone number. And I pretty well keep it with me day or night. The only time I really don't answer is if I'm really dead asleep and I got to be at work or I'm actually at work. But the rest of the time, if you ever need to talk to me, that's out there. Yes, Discord, the Discord link is up. You have that as well. Now, along with the email address, Princess Faye pointed this out to me. There's been a lot of you that are sitting there going, we got to get you monetized so you can get the super chat on and all that other stuff. Well, and the big reason why a lot of people are like, we want to help the channel, we want to help, get the equipment and get Project Spirit and Project Lena squared away. We want to help. And everyone's been screaming. I have PayPal. Okay. I have PayPal, and if you take my email address and put it in your PayPal, you can send money directly through PayPal directly to me. So we don't have to wait for YouTube. Okay. We do not have to wait for YouTube to turn the money making stuff on. We do not have to wait for them. Okay. We can start doing that right now. Okay. And so that's where that is. And feel free to join the Discord. Okay. Get in the Discord. One of the things that I'm starting to push from here out is especially during the quarantine, okay? Especially when most of the US is shut down. I'm stressing that I want all of you to work on something, to do a project, Okay. We've been doing projects like crazy here on the channel, doing as much as we can to the cars. Even though we're not doing car shows right now, I still want you guys to do something. Okay. I'm challenging you all, whether it's artwork, whether it's crocheting a blanket, whether it's, sharpening your pocket knife. I don't care. Do something with yourself. Okay. And I know a lot of times, a lot of us here on YouTube that do live streams and things like that, we really get focused on video games, and that's awesome. I love video games as much as the next guy, and we all love the Legend of Zelda stuff that I've been putting out. And the last one was really heartfelt. It was definitely from the heart. But I also want to, we have to get out there and do something with ourselves. We need more than just the next video game. And so I'm challenging you. There you go. There you go. So now you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Do something with yourself, okay? Get into some DIY, okay? Because all of us have talents. And when I say DIY, again, it doesn't matter if it's artwork, and it could be anything in artwork. Princess Faye is like, y'all know how my wife is like the ultimate DIY woman. I mean, she can crochet, she can, there you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. And again, if you got the blue wrench, drop your links in the chat, okay? Drop them a million times. There you go. Again, I want to see what you guys are working on, all right? Do something with yourself during this time. And one of the jokes that my good buddy, Choice's Games, one of the things that Choice actually brought up and he put this on Facebook. He's like, if y'all haven't got, a new skill or a new hustle, by the time this is over, wasted your time. Okay. Of course, Queen, you could drop the hubby. By the way, again, I'm going to say it. Your hubby had a lot of just, he's a very courageous man. I will just say that again. Hey, what's going on, Sean? About time you showed up. Better late than never, right, buddy? There you go. There you go. Thank you, Mechanic. Thank you. Mechanic, be sure to drop your link to your channel in the chat, okay? Drop it in there. I want everyone to hook up and see what it is that you're doing, okay? Again, straight out of the box, I want you guys to, do something, okay, during this time. Improve your skills in DIY, step it up, okay? Go that next level, okay? Go, do something with yourselves, okay? Because y'all hear me say an idle hand and a creative mind go together like oil and water, okay? Or they make horrible bedfellows. That's not a joke. I want to see what you guys can do. So in the Discord, show me what you're doing, okay? Show me what you're doing. I want to see it. I want to see what you guys, see what I mean? Nearly 500 vids. That's what's up, And so I'm challenging you all to do those projects. Okay. It doesn't matter. I mean, sometime between now and next week, we're going to continue to, we're going to finish some DIY projects here on the channel. We got a pocket knife to finish up. We got that ball peen hammer to finish up. There you go, Daniel. So we got that stuff to finish up. We also got a few other projects to work on. We've got some experimental projects. There you go. Challenge accepted. There you go. And if you don't have Discord, that's perfectly fine. Send it to me through the email. I want to see what you're doing. Okay. There you go. That's what I want to see. I want to see what you guys can do, because there's a lot of you that, I mean, I know that the Maverick Nation has more talent than most of the DIY channels here on YouTube. We could do a lot of stuff far beyond just, so I'm challenging you all again, okay? The challenge is on. I want to see what you guys can do. Now, that being said, again, we will be putting up kind of like a, where we all stand on the project cars, Project Lena and Project Spirit, okay? We're gonna sometime between now and the end of the week, we're gonna post on the community tab, that Which car do you like more? There you go. There you go. See, that's what's up, guys. That's what's up. So basically, there you go. Thank you, Queen. What we're looking at doing is basically it's kind of like, where do you stand on the project cars? Thank you, mechanic. And that's the biggest focus right now during this time because I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say where y'all, where it is. Yeah, I know where you stand on it. Think different. I know which car, but where we stand kind of now on the cars. But Princess Faye and I are going to be working on the cars because some analysts are suspecting that this is not going to go away till sometime right around October. Hey, what's going on? Jesse Johnson, welcome to the live, my man. Again, that's going to be the biggest focus is, the first one's going to be which car do you like the most? But by the end of the summer, we're going to have kind of like our own little car show sort of thing. Basically, and with that one, the big focus is that in that live stream, we're going to walk you around the cars, what we had done, and you guys are going to see the progression up to that point. Whether it's in an edited video, there you go. There you go. Better join that Discord. Again, the Discord, the link to the Discord is in the now. For those of you again who have been wanting to donate to the channel as much as you can, and again, whatever, if you can, great. If you can't, hey, I'm just glad you're here with me. Okay, I'm not one of those ones holding out the collection plate. Okay. Discord is mainly for gamers and stuff like that, but you can kind of put in whatever you want. There you go. There you go. And you guys, again, network. But what this allows people to do is kind of see what you're doing on. But yeah, basically at the end of the summer, we'll pick a day and we're going to go basically go live, show you guys everything around the cars. And then there will be like another, which car do you like the most? And what that is going to be entailing is not which car do you is the greatest of all time here on the channel, but which, with everything that we did to make them show worthy, which one do you like the most as far as what we did to it, not which is the better. Basically, what do you like? What, to what we did to them, what do you like the most? And basically it's kind of taking a look because, it's one of those things, which one do you think you enjoyed the most in the progression of, because at that point, it's kind of like apples to oranges. It's not apples to apples, but the first one out of the gate, obviously, which one do you like the most? I kind of know where a lot of people are going to stand on that, which it's really, that's not really fair because I'll tell you, the underdog, if you will, is actually a really cool car. And, it really, I mean, when I say that Project Spirit, for the record, Project Spirit, I'm going to say it like this. The Prince Magnum channel is the house that Project Spirit built. Okay. When people tune in for the DIY stuff, they want to see what's happening in Project Spirit. But let me say right now, when things go sideways, when Project Spirit has to go down, Project Lena really steps up and makes the channel still work. She's still deeply ingrained in that DIY side of the channel. And without Project Lena, there are times that we would not have. Welcome back. If it was not for Project Lena, we wouldn't, there would be times that we would not have DIY car stuff. So, that's why Project Lena is so vital to the Prince Magnum channel. And believe it or not, Project Lena does have quite the cult following here on the channel. She has quite the cult following. There has been times that people, I'll be at work Project Spirits here at home, and people will come up and say, I didn't see Project Spirit. Project Lena's here. Oh my gosh, I love Project Lena. I love Project Lena's outside. Yes, Project Lena's outside. Can I get pictures? Yes, get as many pictures as you want. And a lot of people will go out and start snapshotting, you know, a dozen pictures of Project Lena just because, I'm going to say it like this, and I think there's a lot of people that will agree. Project Spirit's the project car, is the class, the custom car that they would love to have. Project Lena is the custom car that they're going to probably end up with because there's not a whole lot in the way of vintage steel anymore, and what vintage steel is out there is awfully expensive. And for now, the best case scenario, they're ridiculously priced. So for a lot of people, Project Lena is definitely a great choice because they're cheap. They're cheap to pick up. They're still decently easy to work on. There's a decent aftermarket for them, and the salvage parts are still available. So in that regard, because there's still so much that you could do to these cars within a budget, believe me, that's one of the reasons why Project Lena does have the small cult following that she does here on the channel. So I would never take that away from. And again, Project Lena is definitely Princess Faye's, and that's her baby. I mean, so I mean, if you will, it is a car girl's project. And you definitely can't take nothing away from that. So a lot of people really do like Project Lena. So again, right. Well, and again, I'm gonna lay down right now while we're kind of getting caught up to speed and everything. I'm gonna lay down again the mission statement during this lockdown. The mission statement that the Prince Magnum channel has had. You got 40 videos ready to rock and roll. That's what's up. Again, the mission statement for the Prince Magnum channel is as followed. Okay. We will continue to go live at 6 days a week. We will continue to go live 6 days a week, Monday being the only day that we do not go live, and expect actual edited content that day. Right now, we're just trying to get through the Legend of Zelda series. Currently, right now, I'm actually editing something for. That's right, we are. Actually, we are the Maverick Nation. Team Magnum. I haven't. Man, that's old school. That goes back a ways. That goes back a way. I'll tell you all that story sometime. But the mission statement is as followed. We will continue to go live 6 days a week, with Monday being the only day strictly uploaded content, unless Princess Faye is feeling froggy. Then she will take over Monday and do some sort of artwork live, along with some other stuff. She will. That'll be her day that she can completely have to herself here on the channel. Because I will tell you right now, one of the things that Princess Faye has actually told me is she enjoys hanging out with all of us. Okay, she enjoys it so much that artwork. As a matter of fact, there was supposed to be a test one, and she went live, and everyone's like, "Well, we're all here. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep going." She just kept on working, and I think her and Sean even played Hangman. So it was, it's a lot of interaction. So we will continue to do that. Now, kind of a heads up. Sometime during this week, and I will try to make sure that you guys know exactly what day. I know there's some of you who have got children, and y'all haven't been able to take the kids much of anywhere. Actually, you probably haven't been able to take them anywhere at all. Museum, all the stuff that we could be taking them to, we can't do. I will add where we will try at least once every other week, we will do a magic show here on the Prince Magnum channel. We will do a magic show live, uncut, where you guys can see what I'm doing. You don't have kids? Too young. Wow. You know what? I was 22 years old when my first one was born. So We will, and even if you don't have kids, you guys still, got younger siblings, okay? Got younger siblings, or you just love magic. We will go live. I know this week we're going to definitely do a magic show live. I don't know exactly what day. Don't quote me on that. Oh, really? Wow. That's crazy stuff, man. So that's where we stand on that, okay? So if you will, um, once a week, well, I'm sorry, once every other week, we are going to try to do a magic show. For those of you who got young ones in the household, haven't been able to take them out. And even if you don't have any young ones, you still like magic. I'm going to say right now, I'm not the greatest magician of all time, but I'm good enough that I had actually got to perform with Ronald McDonald before. And for those that do not know, I am a maintenance man for McDonald's. So, of all the things, I got to perform with Ronald McDonald um, about 3 weeks after the grand reopening of the location where I work. So, um, I'm good enough to perform with Ronald McDonald, and he actually, the guy that I got to work with, fantastic guy. Him and I were, he's like, you're actually really good, and we will try to go live. We will definitely this week go live once. So if you got young ones in the house, or younger siblings, or you just love magic, we will definitely be trying to do that, and we're going to try to make it where it's at least every other week we have one magic show, for those of you. And of course, obviously, it doesn't cost anything, but this is for the purposes of, until this is over with, it'll give everybody a chance to, to kind of keep the kids occupied. And we will definitely go as long as possible. We'll do as much as we can. And, even if it's an hour long, it's an hour free. Okay. You got the magic show for free. And of course, again, if you have PayPal and you're able to donate, obviously it's always welcome, but it's not necessary. And through the PayPal account, that's, if you basically use my email, you can actually send donations directly to my PayPal account. If you do, make sure you send me an email so during one of the live streams we can shout some of those people out, and make sure that everyone knows who was kind enough to donate to the Prince Magnum channel. See how that works? So if you got, we'll definitely do that. All right. Along with that, I haven't had a chance to get in to start working on it. We will be doing a shout out video again here as soon as possible. We got our boy Gamer and BRFC, and I don't know if it helped. It does look like he's a little bit closer to breaking 230 supporters, so good for him. I know I promised the chairman that we would get him next, so that's who we're going to be working on next. There you go. There you go. Thank you, mechanic. There you go, Sean. Thank you again for putting that up for me. See, Sean's on it, man. And again, this Saturday is another makeup stream live. I know some people, some of the guys have been getting a little. They're like, you're getting a little too into character, Prince Magnum or Prince Dragnum, for those. So again, we will be doing that. But this Saturday is going to have an important message behind it. We're going to touch base on a few things, and Princess Faye is actually going to be after the makeup is on. Princess Faye is going to even be a little bit more involved than she normally is. So there's going to be a very special message for a lot of people out there that need to hear this. Basically, I've kind of given a lip service, but I need to actually put up or shut up, sort of thing, on this positive message. So that's where we're at on that. Again, we are going to be spending a little bit more time on DIY stuff. So you guys will get to see me work on stuff live, which is always good. Really? I can see it right there. Henri. Your name does have a wrench. I can see it right there. Anyhow, unless it goes too far into your chat box, then it won't show up. But anyhow, Henri. Okay, so we covered that. We covered that. All right, all right, mechanic. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right. Right after live, I will get to those friend requests right away. Again, um, okay, we haven't had a chance to do a lot of cooking lives. One of the biggest problems was we got a brand new stove. Okay. So a lot of what's been going on is we're kind of straightening out the kitchen, moving some things around, kind of cleaning up because of the fact that we got this new stove. And basically, when we talked to the property manager for the apartment complex where we're at, the big thing was that when we talked to the property manager, we told her this stove is toast. You are not going to be able to do anything with it. She's like, perfectly cool. Obviously, you guys got something in mind. I said, yes. Well, Princess Faye's like, yes, we've got something in mind. We can get a new stove for about $50. She said, okay, what do you want to do? She's like, then we have to get rid of the old stove. And she's like, I already got someone who's going to be picking it up and bringing the new one here. She's like, totally fine. And we were willing to basically do all of this and pay for it right out of pocket. And she's like, no, because that stove is junk. You're doing us a favor by getting it out of the apartment. So if you guys bought this stove is you guys, just pay your rent as usual, but this stove belongs to you guys. So we got a brand new stove, basically. It's only been used a couple of times. And for $50, it's got it's still an electric stove, but it's got the glass top burners. So it's a lot more fancy than what I'm used to, which is awesome because that means that I can get a lot of cooking done. So we're definitely looking at that. So that's kind of where we've been on that. So right now we're kind of just straightening out the kitchen and kind of getting some stuff moved around, straighten some stuff out, get rid of some stuff, that sort of thing. So that's why we've not been able to do a whole lot in the cooking lives. So I'm also going to say right now, along with that, because we're looking at getting more cooking lives done. We need to basically. I've been a little lax in the romance department, and I want to apologize about that. So we are going to be trying to do more as far as the dinner for two quarantine live streams, basically showing you guys some really easy cooking recipes that you guys can do with stuff just right out of your pantry, more or less. Stuff that keeps well in the freezer, whatnot like that. Some really easy recipes that anybody could do. We're going to really start focusing on those, because there's a lot of people, even with the stimulus checks, that are still struggling. So being able to do really easy dinners for two, or even family dinners for that matter, is definitely on the agenda. So let us get this kitchen straightened out a little bit more than what it is right now, and we will definitely focus on that. Along with that, I definitely know that Princess Faye does want to do. We've got a lot planned. We are going to do another pickling episode. I know y'all enjoyed the pickling episode, the home pickling. Um, I'm looking at actually trying my hand. We'll see how it turns out. I want to try my hand at pickling eggs. I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be, a lot. Hard boiled eggs are perfect road food. And if you're going on a picnic or whatever, perfect road food. Going on a long trip, don't want to stop for fast food, want to just keep on going. Stuff like that. A lot of people don't think about this stuff. And so we're definitely going to be looking at doing some cooking in your face stuff, things like that. And maybe some urban survival sort of stuff, that sort of thing, to kind of touch base on stopping the spread. Okay. Basically, for those people that are what we call the essential workers, basically some ways that they can limit their contact with other people. So there's going to be a lot of cooking focused on that as well. So we've got a lot of stuff planned out. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that as well. So we're going to be touching base on a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening between now And by the time this pandemic is called off, basically, it's like, we're through it. We're going to be definitely hitting and touching base on a lot of stuff like that. Boy, we've covered a lot of ground. You know, again, we are going to be Thursday night Sober Talk lives will definitely stay the same. We will not move that around if we can avoid it. We are definitely going to, if at all possible, we will add another to it. But most of the time, it's always going to be Thursday night, 7 o'clock, without fail. Okay. And I know Think Different really looks forward to. He always tells me how much he appreciates the Sober Talk lives. We might try to add in where Sunday is also a Sober Talk Sunday. That would be wonderful if we can add in a Sober Talk Sunday. I would love that. It'd be a great way to kind of prepare for the week. For those going back to work on a Monday, be a great way to kind of get us over the hump. Of just having to go back to work. We have a lot of projects to do, a lot of DIY projects. As a matter of fact, we do have a restoration project on our hands. Let me grab that for you. It's starting to get dark outside. I was given, right, and we need more of that. I was given a saw to restore. So we're definitely going to be doing that along in this. So we're going to, basically I was told, restore it, bring it back to life. It is mine to do with as I please. For all we know, I might decide to put it in a giveaway. I don't know. Again, it depends on what's going on, but I've got a good saw over there, for cutting down trees and, all the woodworking that we'll be doing here on the channel. So this is definitely, we're going to see if we can bring this back to life and make it really worth something for anybody to use or display, hey, whatever the flavor, or it could even end up as a project. For those that know, you could actually paint these really nice. My dad used to do that. My dad used to actually paint scenery on these. Yeah, we were getting to that, Sean, getting to that. Now, for those that do not know, here on the channel, I've been trying my hand at woodworking for DIY. As a matter of fact, one of the woodworking projects that we have right here, this little particular item is actually a camera stand that I made. For those who do not know, some of the recent videos, I actually showed off where the cameras are mounted sometimes when you get those nice looking shots over the hood of Project Spirit or Project Lena. So I showed where the camera mounts are. Those cameras are phenomenal. They're amazing. It allows me to get pictures and, to get video in all different types of resolutions, even as far as the 1080, the 1080. These cameras are so great that I like using them for everything. Unfortunately, with that, there's no extra ways to mount them beyond just mounting them to the mounts on the windshield, going out over the hood of the cars. So that is a problem. So, I mean, common sense at that point says, well, if you can't find one, make one. So that's exactly what I did, is I made my very own camera stand. Now, in behind HQ is kind of this wooded section that normally the city comes through and cuts down all the trees, hauls off the brush, and they burn the brush. So because of that, because they send that, they do that, it's like, well, why don't I go ahead and cut down one of those trees myself and use the wood from that one tree? So I actually did that, cut down one tree that would have just been cut down by the city. They want to keep that area clear because you get problems with snakes and we have kids in the neighborhood. So what I did is I carved it out where the camera can literally sit right like that. Then I needed a spot for the lens that sticks off the camera to be able to rest and kind of hold it in place, and it sits right like that. And basically the camera will sit right in there and doesn't move around or jump around or anything like that. Works perfectly fine. And basically, to get this spot right here where it's kind of cut out right like that, what I did is I took this half moon shaped file that's right like that. and basically laid it right on top of the block and kind of worked it back and forth until I cut this out perfectly for that lens. So because I used a file to be able to cut that spot out perfectly for the lens, that must mean I'm really good at filing and maybe should try my hand at being a secretary. There it is, Sean. the other running gag here on the channel. That's awesome. All righty. I know. Yeah, we're in the office woodworking project. That is like the run. That's the running gag. He knew it was coming. Somewhere in the live stream, it was going to be there. Again, we're right. Think different. Again, we got a lot of ground to cover during this pandemic. And one of the things that I'm going to, again, tell everybody is the fact that, I'm challenging everyone, do something with yourself. And there is a spot in the Discord. What are you working on? Okay. What are you working on? Put it in the Discord. Or if you don't have Discord, send it through the email. And again, I know some of you have been. No, that was not the end of air. When you see the Death Star explode, that's when that's the indicator there's one more coming to end the normal aircraft remover, series. Thanks, Sean. And then we'll go into the second series. But I will tell you all right now, there's 2 spoof videos coming out for aircraft remover. There are 2 spoof videos that are coming out. And these are going to be a little bit longer and a little bit funnier, a little bit more involved. But there are 2 spoof videos. As a matter of fact, I've been slowly working on one of them that's going to be so in detail that you guys, all right, I'll just tell you. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I am actually working on a spoof video that is supposed to look like a movie trailer, okay? And it's aircraft remover, the motion picture, and it's supposed to look like a movie trailer, and it's going to be really funny. I've been working on it slowly. That's why you've heard me play some of the clips, throughout the series, these lives. You'll hear me play one, the Get to the Chop, and all of those, because all of those are going to be included in this actual spoof movie trailer for Aircraft Remover, the motion picture. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get, but that's one of them. And the other one is supposed to be like the intro to like a TV series, and it's Aircraft Remover, the TV series, but it's not actually, I don't think I could actually pull that. I don't think anybody would. I don't think that would actually, that would be a heck of a thing if it did become, but yeah, there's still those 2. And when those 2 actually go up, that's the end of Aircraft Remover altogether. Basically that's when we have run the gag. I'm thinking she is, so that's where a lot of this stands. We are definitely going to be touching base. So no, that was not the finale for Aircraft Remover. I do have the end of Aircraft Remover. I have that the actual grand finale done. I am not going to show that one. It's one of those ones, when you see it, that's the end of it. When you see the Death Star, there's one more regular Aircraft Remover that goes up. So we will continue to run the gag a little bit longer, okay? Now, I know a lot of y'all are enjoying it. Actually, I've noticed a lot of people really get a kick out of it. They're like, that is the funniest thing I have ever seen. The fact, as a matter of fact, one of my coworkers today, when I showed it to her, she's like, that is so cool that you're that clever. You clip all of that together through your editor, and it's a free editor. She's like, that is so cool how you do that. And, the fact that, I'm doing that, and she thinks that's so neat. She's like, I've never in my life thought you were that talented, outside of work. I know you work hard when you're here, but I never knew you had that kind of talent. And she's like, I've seen a little bit of your stuff, and I really just, it's impressive how you do that. And I said, well, a lot of hard work and effort. When I first started editing videos, my original videos were wretched. If you ever seen any of my early videos, they were horrible. The information was there, but they were just downright horrible. I'll be honest with y'all. It's one of those things. I mean, it was monetized when those some of those earlier videos were out, and I'm like, really, really, honestly and truthfully, it was amazing that they even considered me for monetization. Um, Aircraft remover. So yes, aircraft remover 9 is up. That is not the end of the series. So here, real quick, we will go right over to and I will make sure that you guys see what I'm talking about. This is the on deck. Okay, so I'm going to set the camera where you get a good look at what's going on. Come on. All right. This one I will not show. This one, when you see this one, when you all see that one, when you all see that one, where the Death Star explodes, that's when we're coming to the end of the regular series. Then we're going to go into aircraft remover, the other uses. Then once we've run that gag into the ground, the next one will be then we'll do the aircraft remover, the motion picture trailer, and then aircraft remover, the opening credits to the TV series, and then that's the end. We have run the gag into the ground at that point. And Princess Faye was busy with her family today. They were doing, her family's all the way out in Oregon. So she does, when they get a chance to talk and everything. So we could have done some filming today, but she was busy with the family. So it's like, go spend time with the family. The filming can wait a dang minute. It's not like we're going anywhere right this second. I've got plenty of aircraft remover to do. Really quick. Again, I do have the grand finale. So basically there's the finale and then the grand finale of aircraft remover. The grand finale is done, but we're not there yet, sort of thing. So basically from 9 to, the actual finales, we've got time. Okay. I know you all are really enjoying them. And as long as you guys are enjoying them, we're going to keep doing them. So that's just where that stands. So, by no stretch of the imagination are we going to stop doing them, and unless people are just not enjoying them anymore. If you guys stop enjoying them, that's when it stops, basically. And I will continue to try to find, to find those clips that just basically the hits will keep on coming. So that's where we're at. What's going on, Harold's Random Videos? This guy shouted me out the other day. It was absolutely awesome that he did so. What? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, it was yesterday. Our day off from streaming. So thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. It means the world to me that you did that. Real quick, Harold, the link to my Discord is in the actual the description box. So you're welcome to join the Discord. You are more than welcome to join the Discord. Really quick, Harold is a really nice guy. Every one of his streams that I've ever been in, and anytime I've ever been in somebody else's stream and he's been there, absolutely a fantastic personality through and through. I always appreciate Harold being around. I wish we had a million more on YouTube like him. We really could use a lot more personalities like Harold. No question about it. It means the world to me that I'm friends with someone like Harold. Just an amazing personality. And there you go. There you go. So again, real quick, I need to also again address what happened this past Saturday in the Makeup Live. Let me say again, if you've got a blue wrench, you see anything funky monkey going on, and that sort of thing, um, by no stretch of the imagination, I gave you guys that blue wrench because I trust you guys. You see a troll, you toss them out, okay? Get them out of the chat. We don't. They could go back to their bridge, okay? Critics and trolls can wait outside. We're in having a good time. We're having fun. That's what it's all about. And again, this Saturday with the Makeup Live, we will, that's not going away until the pandemic is over. When the pandemic is over, that's when the Makeup Live will go away, and we'll again focus on something else. It's just a reminder. It's all about, having a good laugh. It's all about having fun. It's not about taking ourselves very seriously. And again, I'm going to say it again. That's what's up, Harold. I'm going to say it again. You know, without a question, okay. The best way I could put it, a positive mind equals a healthy body. That's why we are focusing on that. Yeah. For the record, I'm actually streaming from my Motorola smartphone. Motorola is my company, and the Wi-Fi here at HQ is absolutely wretched. Um, it has it has all to do with problems with that Charter doesn't actually have a setup where I'm at, and it costs a ridiculous amount of money to get it installed, and so we're not able to do that. And personally, I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to get set up on PDA net because I'm sick and tired of dealing with crappy Wi-Fi. So that's where I'm at with that, because there's some other stuff I would love to stream to you guys, and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, I cannot do that because of the fact that the Wi-Fi here is just so horrible. So a lot of times, if I go to stream a video game, I can't do it. And we actually had to kind of almost like, we had to stream it from, stream the game, where, what was it, like a couple weeks ago, we streamed the beating Calamity Ganon in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And we had to do it from my phone. So you all could see the ending, because I know there's some people that have never seen the ending live. And of course, I want to do that again for you guys. And we'll have to do it from my smartphone, mainly just because the quality is wretched. With our Wi-Fi, we can't do it, and I do not have a capture card yet. So that's where we're kind of on that. And I know you all enjoyed seeing the ending without, what I can do through my editor and that sort of thing. So it was a lot of fun, and want to do it again. So we might do that again sometime this weekend. Hard to say. If I'm just feeling froggy. Depends on what's going on that weekend. So if you guys want something kind of different, we'll do it again. So that's where a lot of this is going. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to try to stay live as much as possible. And there may come a day when we might just actually throw up a live stream and let it run, and just kind of maybe park Project Spirit in a spot, hook it up. Oh, Harold, that is okay. I'll tell you, every Saturday we normally do a makeup live. Now, if you look in my community tab, where we can, because, we're now big enough where I can actually post, kind of what's going on behind the scenes here on the Prince Magnum channel. If it changes where we have to move it up a day or move it back a day, I will let you guys know in that one, but it's usually always on Saturday. And normally I like to go live every day at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, US, because I live in the Midwest. So yeah, we will definitely be doing that again this Saturday, and we will definitely be going live at around 7 o'clock. The first part of the stream is just kind of chit chat, tallywhack, and then we go into where Princess Faye is slathering me with the makeup. And with this one this Saturday, there's going to be an important message that will go along with that. Then once the message is over, then we can get back to me being a goofball and looking into the camera and making every man feel as uncomfortable as possible or questioning his own sexuality. So that's what we're going to do definitely this Saturday. And if once this pandemic is over with, we may actually do. Did they really disable your tab? Wow, that sucks. Dang, man. If you all ever wondered, the Prince Magnum channel does have its own custom URL. It's like youtube.com/Prince Magnum. Not a joke. I have my own custom URL. I have not seen your new recent video. I need to get over there. You'll have to excuse me. I've been kind of in production mode when the camera has been off, and I do apologize. I've been in production mode big time. Give you kind of a heads up. I'm trying to get together kind of a video for you all, just kind of where it's Project Spirit and music, okay? And this particular video goes all the way back to when we bought her and brought her back to HQ. And it's almost now getting close to a half an hour long, where you guys can actually watch from her early days, kind of like a synopsis of her early days of being built from from what she was like in the beginning all the way up to current date. And that has been a lot of fun. And I'm actually going to have to go out with the camera and get more get more footage of where she's been, even through the live streams. Which I could do the cheating thing and kind of go and, remove, kind of actually, yeah, Harold, if you got a blue wrench, drop the link, okay, for anything new, okay? Drop the link to your channel, drop the link to your Discord, drop the link. If you've got a blue wrench, I would hope that you would. I'm not, and I am not one of those YouTubers that like, oh, don't do that. Drop links regularly, okay? I don't consider that spam. If anything, I would be upset that you didn't drop it in there, because how can people find you, anymore now? Because YouTube has been, kind of taking, making it more difficult to find, for the gross. There's actual channels. As a matter of fact, I just seen one pop up. Yeah, Tree Trimmer 82. He goes live once a day to promote people's channels. I don't know how he's able to do it. Carolina Hillbilly, 1961, he's in the same boat. That's what he does, is he goes live once a day promoting people's channels. And quite literally, he cannot do that because of the fact. So that's a new video. We'll have to get over there and see it. So that's been, so I've been wondering how they've been doing that. So because of that, welcome back, Queen. Missed you, babe. She's a wonderful, wonderful friend. Just again, Queen Bee from Twitch. For those that do not know, Queen Bee is our refugee from Twitch. Her and her husband are our refugees from Twitch, and they come in and. Oh, you did? Be careful. Be careful. Real quick, she's. Queen Bee is absolutely, and I'm going to say it again. Once this pandemic is over, I'm hoping that Queen Bee and her husband can get with Princess Faye and I and hang out and, just, go hang out with each other. I know Think Different and the amazing LSB. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Uh, poor LSB. He has not been the same since he's seen the makeup live. I think he's still kind of like, woo, he's he's recovering from the makeup lives. Every time we do one, and then he comes in and watches, he's never the same afterwards. He has seen things he can't unsee now. Um, you know, so we're having fun now. Kind of a heads up. There you go. Thank you. There's a lot of you. I know Think Different and I are definitely going to have to hang out. That's right. Yes, definitely, definitely. We're going to have to hang out and go do something. Just whatever. Hang out. Um, again, this Makeup Live this Saturday, we will be going live at about 7 o'clock ish. Sometimes I'm early, sometimes a little late, but definitely we will be going live this Saturday. We're going to make it as close to 7 o'clock as possible. And we're going to have a lot of fun. But there's going to be an important message behind it. We're going to definitely touch base. Basically, I had something kind of come across my desk, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a little heartfelt in there. Even if you feel a little weird about the Makeup Live, I will at least ask that you try to be there and hang out a little bit for that first part, because I think again, we are focused here on the channel. Our main mission purpose during these live streams, during these hard times for everybody, the biggest mission statement for the Prince Magnum channel is, hands down, bar none, a positive mind. I'm not saying that you can't miss it, but I'm saying that I would like you to be there for part of it, because I think the message that I have to say that day is going to really touch a lot of people, and I think you're going to walk away with something more than you did than before you opened up the live. So it's one of those things that I'm not going to tell you you have to be there. I'm going to ask you to try to be there, because the crazy stuff will come later. Okay, the craziest stuff will come later. But with the makeup on, I have an important message for a lot of people that I think will go across the board, not just for the people that are that do things a little outside of the box, but I think but there's also going to be some stuff for us alcoholics too. Some things that need to also be said during that. It's going to touch base on a lot of stuff, and it's going to really come from the heart. Princess Faye and I have been having a lot of heart-to-heart talks about that, and there's going to be a lot of important things that I think need to be said. But once the makeup is on and once that message is out, by all means, if you feel weird about it, get out of there. Sort of thing. It's one of those things. I will only ask you to be there. I will only ask. I don't demand. It's better yet, being a sober member of AA. I don't tell anybody what to do. It is not my place to tell you how to live your life. I can only make strong suggestions. Okay. I can only suggest that you do something. It's up to you to make that decision. So this is what I'm going to do. I will suggest that you be there in that live. I will only suggest that you be there. I won't even strongly suggest, but I will suggest that you be there. So that's how I'm going to put it. I'm just laying it at your feet because I think there's a positive message that I think you will appreciate that day. And I think it'll resonate very well with a lot of people, not just people that are different. I think it will also resonate with those who also, like myself, suffer from substance abuse. Again, Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, we will definitely continue to go live for Sober Talk. Okay, we've got a lot of sober talk to talk about, and even if you are Yes, and he will definitely want to be in that live. I think the message will um you know, let me say this right now, Queen. Um, your hubby, after kind of saying some things to me and that sort of thing, he's part of the inspiration behind this Saturday's message. So I would hope he would be there. I will strongly suggest him to be there because I think uh, I will not be throwing anyone under a bus, but because of some things that he passed on to me and some things that just kind of came across my desk in the past couple of days, I feel it's very necessary that I say something positive on those people's behalf. And along with that, we'll be touching base on alcoholism at the same time. So so we're gonna do a double double sort of thing. It's gonna be a double double sort of thing this Saturday. So basically, the makeup, we're gonna have some fun. The makeup goes on, and then positive message, and then we'll get to me being a getting into character sort of thing. Which last Saturday, Princess Faye was like, "That'll be about enough of that character," and she about put a stop to the makeup lives. Oh my! Right, Sean. I mean, she was like, woo! Princess Faye was ready to string me up. And she specifically said she didn't like me blowing kisses to all of you with that makeup on. Which, if I start to do it, you may all have to remind me to behave my frickin' self, okay? We had a lot of fun though, because she will put a stop to it if it keeps up. We had a lot of fun, didn't though. But I know some people feel a little uncomfortable. So once the positive message is out, by all means, once that message is out and we start getting it, I will give the warning that I'm getting into character from here. So at that point, if you feel uncomfortable, by all means, dodge out. Okay, that's where we're at on that. Okay, and again, it's this a lot of people enjoy it, and if you are enjoying it, then obviously I don't want to take that away from you guys. um, to me it's just acting. I'm having fun, you know uh, which for the record, my acting is actually stop. My acting is, I love to do acting. As a matter of fact, in high school my mother threw a fit when when I wanted to get drama class. She's like, no, you don't need to take it. You're actually pretty good at acting as it is. And I'm like, but mom, that's the whole point. She's like, no, I'm good with all that. She didn't really like the idea of me getting into drama class, which I didn't get a chance to enjoy it. That's a whole nother thing. And real quick, I will give you all a heads up that it's all fun and games till someone tells me I got a purty mouth. And of course, again with the Saturday live streams, I will say it that again we will have to expect trolls. Thank you, Chairman, for being here. Again, I'm going to try to start working on your video as quickly as possible and try to get you shouted out properly. Okay, so heads up, heads up, heads up. As soon as I do it, I will let you know the day before I load it. All right, that way you can kind of expect it and you can see what I did. So that's where we are on that. Now, heads up with this Saturday. There's also going to be a guest in chat, a very special guest. So she's going to basically, I'm going to be giving a birthday shout out too, along with this. My store manager for McDonald's has said that, when I showed her, she's like, oh my God. And for those who do not know, anytime I show any of the makeup live at work, the makeup live streams at work, the first time I told her she's the first one. Well, no, I'm sorry. She was like the third one that walked up and said, when are we going to see Prince Dragnum? Not a joke. And I'm like, well, this is evidently a thing. Now I'm being approached by people wanting to see it. I even had another manager said, I want to see the drag makeup. I want to see the drag makeup. And I'm like, oh God, I'm being cornered on this. I really have to do it now. And, so it was kind of like, I kind of said we might have to do that. And I distinctly remember myself. I don't know. I haven't looked at that one where that all kind of came out. And so people have been watching. Um, I will. How much have people been watching? I will say this right now. You guys are going to be shocked. Uh, I'm actually in some of the trivia. Some people are playing, doing like trivia games in the St. Francis County area. I have actually been in trivia questions. How many views does the Prince Magnum channel have total for its entire channel? That was actually a question that came up. So people are watching, and let me say it right now. Locally, my channel is actually very popular, even if for people that don't watch, because it is a small community. And Think Different can vouch for this. We live in a very small community. All the towns are, even though they're, a little distance apart, they're closely connected, sort of thing. And that being said, because we are closely connected like that, let me say right now up front, because we are so closely connected like that, a lot of people do watch the Prince Magnum channel, or even if they've only watched a little bit, they're big fans of. They're like, I don't watch regularly, but I do like to watch what you're doing. You saw Spirit today. See what I mean? And there are actual people that when they have found out that Project Spirit is known technically worldwide because of the Prince Magnum channel. For the record, we have had offers as far away as Hong Kong for Project Spirit. They're like, is the car for sale and how much would you sell it for? Someone in Hong Kong, I'm like, she ain't for sale for anybody outside of the US, and she's, really not for sale at all. It's one of those things, though, I will say, if someone ever did come up with the right amount of money, yeah, I'd let go. It'd be like that. If someone came up with the right price tag, I mean, I would be sitting there going, I love you, Spirit, but I need the money, right now. So in all honesty, okay. Yeah, I just said that. So a lot of people, even if they're not watching the Prince Magnum channel, they know Project Spirit. There is no getting away from that. That everyone knows Project Spirit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So even without the Prince Magnum channel, I'm kind of a local celeb because I daily drive a 1975 Ford Maverick. That being said, locally, I'm the popular guy. That, and on top of that, I'm well known for my time in the window at McDonald's. And this is how it was. The first time I went to that window, the store manager at that time was like, hey, we're going to train Prince Magnum for the present window, the window that hands out the food. And I'm like, okay. So I was up there for like 5 minutes, and it's like I'd hand them their order, and they'd go, I'd say, here's your order, and you have a wonderful day. They'd pull away. I'm like, man, this is dead. This is dead, dead, dead. It's not very funny. Everybody does that, and it's not anything that, that they could take away as like, that's hilarious, man. So what it turned into next was I walked up to my store, a store manager at that time, and I said, hey man, what I'm doing is all right, but it's dead. Do you mind if I try something? He's like, try something? I said, yeah, do you mind if I try something? He's like, I don't care, just don't get into trouble. I said, no problem, I got this. I opened up the window with the next customer, and when I opened it up, I looked out, hey, what's going on? And they're like, nothing. How you doing today? Well, I'm doing all right. How about yourself? I'm as ornery and cantankerous as always. And immediately they're like, oh my God, that's great. And I would even give the look sometimes and go, I'm as ornery and cantankerous as always. Why do you think I'm over here in the window? And they just laugh. And it got to the point where I would open it up and go, they'd say, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing all right. How about yourself? I'm up to no good as usual. Why do you think I'm over here in the window? And they're just like, oh my God, you're great. Then it turned into where, if they didn't bite, I would say, you staying out of trouble? No. Well, they'd say, or I'm trying to, or what said, I'd say, oh, I'm always into trouble. Why do you think I'm right here? So they can keep an eye on me. Or I would tell them, I'm always in trouble. Why do you think they got me right here? Because it's easier for me to, they figure it's easier for me to aggravate the customers than the coworkers. You all, when you're done with me, you drive off. They're stuck. And they're like, oh my God, you're great, man. So I became very popular with that. Matter of fact, tell you a whole funny story. Had a customer come through. I had been working the window for probably close to 3 months. And someone comes through and I opened up the window. What's going on today? Oh, not a whole lot. How you doing? Doing good. How about yourself? Me? I'm up to no good as usual. No, I'm as ornery and cantankerous as always. And he started laughing. You're the guy. I was like, what? You're the guy. Okay. He said, I was told that if I was having a bad day, that if I went through the McDonald's drive-through at a certain time, that I would run into a guy that hands out the food that is absolutely hilarious. He'll make your day. And you're the guy. I said, who told you that? He said, everybody. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, I did not know that I was reaching people that much. And he's like, oh, you're hilarious, man. He said, as soon as you did that, he said, I knew I was talking to the right guy. He said, I feel really good. He said, you're really nice, real positive guy. And that's where it all, so that's where that all started. And then when I got, Project Spirit, then it really got popular. And then with the YouTube channel growing. So that's how Prince Magnum became a local celeb around here. And because of that, I can't go anywhere. And before this, as a matter of fact, I'm surprised Think Different hasn't come up again. After this is all done with, he'll have to come up and we're gonna have to hang out. I'm gonna have to break out the charcoal grill one of these days. Once this is all over with, you know where to find me. Come over. We'll fire up the charcoal grill. We'll have a good day. I'm pretty sure you got a Mrs. Bringer. You know, that's what's up, guys. Um, and one of the things that I stress that as I start gaining a little bit more traction, get a little bit more known. One of the things that I'm also going to stress is, you ever see me out and about, you're welcome to come up and talk to me. I'm not one of those guys either. I hate how some YouTubers will get so big and they forget that, who put them there. And I had already said a million times over, I will not do that. Um, I've already had a couple of times where people have come up and said, hey, man, can I get a selfie with you? Yeah. And I'll put on the shades. And, back then, before I did the face reveal, I stood right next to him, put my arm around him, gave him a peace sign, all that stuff. And, posed with him, all that good stuff. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. And Princess Faye, she gets a little nervous, but I don't care. Shoot, see me out there with Project Spirit. You want to walk up and get a shot, shoot, I'll hold a camera for you if you want to get a shot with Project Spirit. Doesn't matter. That's just how you're watching Harry Potter. I'm just not a big fan of Harry Potter. For me, you know, uh, really, wow, that is awesome. I did not know I did that. Wow. Um, that's amazing. So I've met you and I just can't put a face to you right now. That's just one of them things, but it's just one, that's what's a lot of times I'll do that. And I've had people come up that say, man, what you said to me that day. Really? Well, yeah, I mean, I know about the Harry Potter books, but when it comes to reading books, been years. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? You know, really, it's really weird in there. I kind of miss some of the things about the old store, but I'll tell y'all right now, that old store, um, the last 3 months of the old store before they closed it down, I was full-time maintenance in that old store. As a matter of fact, I was the last maintenance man to clock off from that store. And we limped that store across the finish line, just getting it there because there were so many things that were falling down and breaking. Matter of fact, we had a fry vat that I was so worried it was going to explode on us because it was in that bad a shape. There you go. There you go, Harold. And continue to drop links to your videos and to your actual channel so we can all get over there to see you. Feel free, you know. Oh, it was in bad shape. That old store was in bad. Um, any day above ground's a good day, Harold. You know, any day above ground is a good day. I'm going to tell you right now, I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up today and found it not necessary to take a drink. Any day that still happens is a good day. Um, but um, that's the whole thing. That store was in such bad shape. I mean, there are some things about that old store that I miss. We had a lot more seating area. I did like that. The layout for certain things for breakfast was so much easier than it is in the news store. The layout. But there are some things in the news store that I'm like, man, they would have been great in the old store. Um, for example, um, one of the things uh, that I miss from the old, that we had gotten in the news store. Oh my gosh, that kitchen area is so much bigger, and we don't trip over each other as much. When I'm doing my maintenance stuff and cleaning fry vats, I have a lot more room to work. And the fry vats that we have in there have the built-in filtration system. So at the end of it all, I can actually pull everything out. And it's really easy to maintain. And as far as that goes. So that stuff is phenomenal. The mop sink that we have in there, 1,000 times better than the old store. Um, the dry stock area is so much better. Um, I will say the just I wish we'd had more seating space for customers. I hate the double drive-through. I absolutely despise it, to be honest with you. Um, and the kiosk that they put in lobby was a good idea, but unfortunately, most of the people in our area are retirees, ironically enough. And the problem with the fact that we have a lot of retirees, they'll pick up, they'll have one of these, but they won't touch the kiosk, and they'll tell you, oh, I feel better talking to someone. No, you want someone to chew out when your order gets screwed up. You don't want to have to chew yourself out. That's the real reason. We know. It's perfectly fine. So they have to come up the counter. They can't touch that kiosk at all because even though they have one of these, they won't touch the kiosk because they want someone to yell at when their order goes wrong. That's a real reason. You could do almost everything that the register can, almost. And what I tell them is go ahead and do your order there. And if there's something you can't do, bring it over to us. And see, most people don't know this about McDonald's, and corporate had a good idea. This was the good idea. And see, they added where there's what we call the table service, and where someone will actually assemble the order for the people out that are in lobby. Obviously, not right now, because all the lobbies are shut down. But what the idea is someone will assemble their order and bring it to you now. And we have to match the order with the table tent. And in our store, we actually have where it'll give us an idea where you are, like if you're in the playland area or certain areas in the lobby. And we actually know where you sit, what table you set your table tent at. And because of a Bluetooth device that's embedded in the bottom of that table tent, we can actually locate you in the store. So because of that, it's a really neat design. But along with that, we actually, and I'm one of the ones that was trained to actually go out to the lobby area and stand near the kiosk. And I'm actually trained to actually help people take their orders at the kiosk. And then there's supposed to be someone at the register to take actual cash or to modify orders that can't be done at the kiosk. So because the people won't touch those kiosks, they're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with that. They won't touch the kiosk. Ironically enough, they cost us a grand total of 4 jobs a day, along with 2 technical jobs for college graduates. Not a joke. They cost us a grand total of around 4 jobs a day and a grand total of 2 technical jobs. And when you explain this to the people that say, oh, I'm not comfortable doing that, they're like, well, I don't care. Literally. That so that should tell you what kind of people that you deal with. So yeah, I had to get that out there. But that's one of the, basically they had the right idea with this new store, but we were not ready to have kiosks installed. We were actually given another. Actually, if corporate would have explained it better, I think it would have been a different. It would have been a different. It would have been received a lot differently. I think they would have. I think people would have been more apt to gravitate towards it. And I've actually explained that. One day I was off duty, and they got people were like, "Well, why aren't you taking orders?" I said, "I'm not on the clock. I'm actually maintenance." I said, I can. I said, but I'm not going to take your order off the clock. I said, with all due respect, I should get paid for that. And they're like, well, why'd they let you off the clock? I said, because you see those right there? You're supposed to be using those, okay? And like, well, I don't have to use. I said, really? And I actually, off the clock, obviously, and I flat said it. I said, if you own one of these, you can use one of those. As a matter of fact, there's supposed to be a person stationed at each one of those that can take your order, okay? Because people won't touch those. You've cost us 4 jobs a day. 4 jobs. And the people just kind of, I said, it's your fault that there's not enough help. Awesome. And thank you for joining. And be sure to send me that friend request, okay? And when I said that, I said, it's you guys' fault that we don't have enough help. I said, not back there. I said, if you guys use these out here, it would be a different story. And they all just kind of, I said, yeah. I said, I'm off the clock. I said, so there's nothing you could do or say. I said, you're on my time now. And they're just like, wow. And I said, and I won't pull any punches when I'm off the clock. Okay. I don't care if I'm in uniform. I'll tell you exactly how it is. And this one guy was like, well, by golly, if that's the case, he went over there, he started messing with the kiosk. He said, my order's in. And one guy, an older guy's like, really? He's like, that was quick. Yeah. He said, I got everything I needed. It was just like that. He's like, just like, wow. He's like, let me try that. And now he's a believer in so it took me actually standing up for us all, and sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to stand up for people, and so that was a rare occasion. And I'm totally off topic now. I just started chasing rabbits. What was I talking about? Son of a bitch. Oh yeah. This basically my boss, her she made sure that I had her number. She wants to. She's like, I want to definitely be there for the makeup live. I said, and your birthday is this Sunday. She's like, oh yeah. I said, well, I'll give you a happy birthday, for the makeup live. And she's like, I'm really looking forward to this. She's like, and my store manager, every time I show her something on the makeup lives, she is like, you're looking good, Gigi. She's been everybody at work's because of my boss been going around calling me Gigi Hot Lips. And I'm like, the lips is what you noticed, huh? And she's just like, that's not funny. Chasing rabbits. Yeah. Yeah. Chasing rabbits. Like a game of whack-a-mole. So, but that's the thing. Um, so think different if you ever wondered if I've ever lost my cool at work because of how customers might treat some of the people behind you. Yeah, I get upset. I get upset. Um, just one of them things. I will openly admit, GGI. Maybe I might have to put that in the live. Gigi Hot Lips speaks out. That would be awesome. Might have to do that one Saturday. Gigi Hot Lips is here. My boss will know exactly what's going on. She's like, "You're going with this, huh?" But doggone it, it was all of you in the Maverick Nation that started calling me Prince Dragnum with that. When are we going to see the unveiling of Prince Dragnum? So that's where that started. So it's all you guys' fault, for that. I don't think difference like you're not gonna. Oh, you were really doing this. Yeah, this is weird, man. So, again, this Saturday, it's definitely going to be a positive, moving one. Again, Princess Faye and I have been talking very closely about this. She's like, "Are you really sure you want to try this? To present this message?" I said, "I think I can do it." She's like, "I know you're a well-spoken person, and I have full confidence in you, honey. I believe in you. You are just." She's like, "You are the positive. You can be positive anytime you want." And she's like, "You reach a lot of people." And she's like, "I believe in you." And that's just my wife really building me up. Again, I will say it again. Well, no, I've never said this. I'm going to say it right now. All of you out there in the Maverick Nation, y'all are traveling with me a little bit. All of you out there in the Maverick Nation, you guys are super important to me. You guys are what makes the Prince Magnum channel tick the way that it does. But I'm also going to say this now. Um, they always say behind every good man is a good woman. Well, beside this man is a really good woman who props me up regularly, because there are times that even I start feeling a little unsure of what I'm working on or what I'm doing, and Princess Faye really just kind of builds me up and helps me stay strong, because without her I can start beating myself up pretty hardcore, and sometimes feeling like I'm failing at certain things, and she really helps me stay positive. So there are moments even I feel low. I get the blues, and Princess Faye, right there. So I got a good wife. I got a good wife. Hands down, bar none. I've got a good wife, and so you know, again, there I go chasing rabbits. you know, So that's where we're at. Again, we're going to continue that mission statement of people can keep a healthy body if they keep a positive mind. So that is our mission statement throughout this pandemic. That is going to be the mainstay. We are going to continue that message. Um, and reminding everyone to stay positive, stay focused through this. And again, I'm going to challenge everyone to do something in the DIY section. Show me what you're working on. That's what we're going to do. We are definitely going to do that. Along with that, again, I will try to keep everyone as apprised of the situation as possible, but we will definitely definitely, if you've got young ones or young siblings or even, yeah, you missed it, but I'll do it again. I'll do it again for you, Queen. Um, again, we will definitely, sometime this week, we will definitely go live and we are going to do another magic show live. So if you've got any young ones, or if you've got some young siblings, or you just love magic, it does not matter. We're going to go live and we're going to do a magic show and we're going to have fun. And the idea behind the magic show is specifically just to help us forget what's going on, even if it's only an hour, maybe 2 hours, that sort of thing. We're definitely going to have as much fun as possible. And the whole focus is, because I know right now there's a lot of parents that can't take their kids anywhere. The kids are, cabin fever, rah, 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 clawing at the walls, driving the parents nuts. And oh, I played this game a million times. Oh, you young one? Okay, okay. Well, you're gonna enjoy it, and we're gonna have so there's gonna be a lot of sleight of hand. Um, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna go live, and I'm gonna do my best to entertain you all, and we're gonna have a good time. You know, again, when I talk about DIY projects, let me also touch base. I started doing some woodworking. And for those that do not know, I have some really awesome cameras. That if you've ever seen any of my videos, my edited content where there's shots that are going out over Project Spirit's Hood or Project Lena, um, those are actually done by cameras that are mounted to the windshield, dash cams basically. And these cameras are phenomenal. I can film in in all sorts of different resolutions. As a matter of fact, normally I film in a VHS style resolution to kind of give it that retro look. So if you ever wondered about that, but because of that, these cameras are so great. We use them for everything here on the Prince Magnum channel. Just phenomenal cameras. Unfortunately, if I wanted to mount them or set them somewhere, there is absolutely no mounts other than for what's used on the dash. So, since there are no mounts, why, if I want to use them and set them up somewhere, what's the best solution? To make my own. So that's exactly what I did. Basically, I went in behind HQ, and normally there's this wooded area kind of right over here behind HQ that normally the city cuts down all the trees and they haul the brush off, they burn the brush later, that sort of thing. Well, because of that, I'm like, well, why don't I go cut one of those trees down for myself? And I've got tons of projects and things like that. Hi, honey. Okay, good. So because of that, I basically cut out a section of wood and made my very own camera mount. And the way that this works is that I cut out this section right here and flatten it out on the bottom. And, basically the camera sits right like that. Then where the lens is, I had to carve out this section right here. I basically had to cut it out where the lens sits right here. Okay. And then basically to get this section cut out, I had to take this half moon shaped file that's right like that and I had to work it back and forth until I got this perfectly cut out for the camera. And then now the camera just sits right in there, holds very steady. So because I had to use this file right here to carve out this section, working it back and forth, that must mean I'm really, really good at filing. So maybe I should try my hand at being a secretary. There it is. The joke that just doesn't die here on the Prince Magnum channel. That is like that is one of the other running gags. There's like, how many running gags do we have now? We got aircraft remover. We got the filing joke. I think we got one other. I think the makeup live where I blow, I do all the posing that makes everybody a little uncomfortable while all the guys are a little uncomfortable going, oh my God. And I'm going to tell you all right now, if for any guy who is not questioning his own sexuality after that, then, I'm not doing my job right and acting with all that awesome makeup all over me. I have way too much fun with that. My acting gets a little over the top. I showed my boss, what was it, yesterday, when I showed her that. She's like, oh my God, you got to stop that. She's like, you are having way too much fun with that, way too much fun. She's like, that's almost a little creepy, Gigi. She's like, that, oh my gosh. She's like, Gigi hot lips. I'm not kidding. Everyone, as a matter of fact, what was it? Uh, I walked up to her about a week ago. I walked up, she was sitting in the office working on something, and I came up and had my hair pulled up to the top of my head like I do in those live streams. And I walked up and I said, hey, is my hair sticking up in the back? She looks over, get out of here. Get the hell out of here. What the hell is wrong with you? Gosh dang it. And then everyone's hollering out, Gigi's here. At work, yeah. So yeah, I keep them going. It was funny as heck. You should have all seen them. She's like, get out of here. My God. She's like, and then when she just seen the new aircraft remover, she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Are you still here, Daniel? Good. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're in the background, at least lurking. Again, real quick, I've included now in the description, obviously the link to the Discord. And the other thing that I've also included is my email address for two reasons. Number one, I know lately a lot of people have been saying that they wish they can donate to the channel. Well, my email is directly linked to PayPal. So you no longer have to, if you want to send something, by all means, you're welcome to. You do not have to. So if you got PayPal, you can now send. Thank you, Sean. You can send donations now directly to my PayPal. Be sure that you make sure that I know who it was that sent what, so I can shout you out regularly. Um, if you send any donations, make sure that you send me an email along with that. I have the email up there because if you were in the United States or in Canada and you ever need someone to talk to, maybe something's weighing heavy on your shoulders. I don't have all the right answers, but send me an email and I will be glad to send you my phone number. So if you need someone friendly to talk you through these rough times, or even after these rough times, if you ever need someone to talk to, by all means, I will be tickled to death to listen to any problem you have, because at day's end, if I'm helping somebody, you're helping me stay sober too. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and again put that out there, that if you were ever hurting and you need someone to talk to, send me that email and I will be glad to send you my phone number. So if you ever just need someone to talk to, off camera, away from, all the craziness of YouTube, I will be glad to do that for you. I don't have any problem whatsoever. And, so that's the two reasons why you will see the email up there. So we're not waiting for YouTube. We're gonna start doing what we do. And if you also own a small business and want to sponsor the Prince Magnum channel, we will do that too. By all means, small businesses. I love small, local small businesses. I love that stuff. I eat that stuff for breakfast. We do that regularly. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite places to take Princess Faye to is the Pig up in Fredericktown. Wonderful place, wonderful place. And as a matter of fact, anytime I do anything out there, they eat that stuff up. The Prince Magnum channel, local channel over in St. Francis County, coming out, hanging out with us. They always appreciate that. And it always makes my day when we get to go out there. They're good people, really good people. If it isn't our boy, Third Gen 83, what's going on, Third Gen? It's good to see you, man. We are just we're just kind of getting caught up to speed. We got a lot of positive stuff later this week. Well, coming throughout this week. Tomorrow, you know, we're definitely going to hit up a lot of stuff. And again, kind of a heads up, we will be adding for the first time, we are going to be adding a poll on which project car you enjoy the most. I already know what a lot of you were going to say, but you know, if you do like Project Lena, by all means, scream it loud from the rooftops because Project Lena does have her own cult following. Ironically enough, she has her own cult following. We also got some video footage you've not got to see on Project Lena. Like the driver's window actually broke on us where it wouldn't roll up. Princess Faye and I worked on her together and got it to where it rolls up on her own. Got all the video footage and everything. Of course, we also had one little mishap in there. Forgot to disconnect the battery and killed the battery. So Project Spirit to the rescue had to give Project Lena a jump start, which is we laughed. Princess Faye and I actually laughed about that. Afterwards, it's like usually it's the other way around. So Spirit got to you know, it was pretty cool, pretty cool. So I've got that video footage to edit and get to all of you, but right now I know all of you are eating up the Legend of Zelda stuff. So we're going to continue with that. Real quick, for those that do not know, Third Gen 83, absolutely a fantastic guy. He is the leading consultant for Project Spirit here on the Prince Magnum channel. And I'm going to openly say this. I am an old gearhead. I've worked on cars since I was 16, and here I am 40 years old, but I'm more of a GM kind of guy. More in particular, I know more about Chevys than probably General Motors does. That's the honest to goodness truth. So because of that, Third Gen 83 is my go-to guy on pretty much anything Maverick. For that matter, almost everything Ford. You know, I've done a lot of research, but he's my go-to guy. If I don't know it, he usually knows something about it. Of course, I know a few things that kind of surprised him. But we're talking that you know, that amazing obscure stuff that most people wouldn't know is usually what I have. When it comes to the technical stuff, he's the guy that I go to. He knows he's the, you know, he's had his Maverick. So if you've not seen any of videos on his channel, he's actually got video footage of his 73 Maverick that he's had since 81. And gorgeous. Oh my God. Gorgeous car. For the record, I am not a Ford guy, but I love my Mavericks. I love my Mavericks. I love Maverick. If you were to ask me what's my second favorite Ford, the 66, the 1966 Mustang GT Coupe, not the fastback. And then right behind that, actually, no, I take that back. My second favorite would be the 57 Ford Fairlane. Then the 66 Mustang GT Coupes, again, not the fastbacks. And of course, all of the all of the Mustang 2s. I love the Mustang 2s. I know that sounds weird. I know a lot of people will look at me funny. I love the Mustang 2s. I think the Mustang 2s do not get enough love. Honestly, they don't get enough love. And the reason why I don't, there was a lot of things that were ahead of its time on the Mustang 2s. Like, for example, factory rack and pinion steering. That was like really only reserved for high-end sports cars and race cars and things like that. Rack and pinion steering on a factory sports car from Ford. Come on. You know, that's impressive. I'll tell you how good. Not yet. Not yet. Now I'm going to have to go check that out. Jay Leno's 6 I'm going to say it right now. Even if you own something like you know, an original 57 Chevy and you need to update it, do a resto update on it, for your steering system and your front suspension and steering. Usually what everyone does, and this has been the thing for years, is they will use the Mustang 2 rack and pinion setup. Is it a gorgeous ride? That's what's up. I love cars. Love cars. So the Mustang 2 does not get enough love. So the fact that every pretty much, if you go to update one of those cars, you always go to the Mustang 2 suspension. That's what everybody does. You know, shoot, if I had the money, that's what I would do to Spirit. She'd get the Mustang 2 front suspension. So, if that tells you anything. So, the fact that, so the Mustang 2 does not get enough love. It is a little ugly outside of the, unless you get like the Cobras or the King Cobra or the or anything like that. Yeah, it doesn't get enough love. That's just my opinion. Okay, so we have covered a lot of ground. My goodness, and Princess Faye, I think, is getting close to finishing supper. Yeah, Princess Faye's cooking. Um, so, and she didn't feel like streaming today, so I wasn't gonna dare throw her on camera. But she knows that I'm thinking of her, I love her, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna definitely need to jump off of here and go spend some time with my beautiful wife. Again, later this week, I will keep you all posted. By no stretch of the imagination, I will keep you all posted. So, for those of you who have young ones, grandchildren, or you yourself are young, or you're a kid at heart. Hang on a second. Hey, honey, Sean says hi. Sean. She says hi. She says sorry she's not in right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Because my beautiful wife is here with me all the time. And I mean that in, she's always right here. Anyhow, so where was I? Anytime, man. Again, let me cover this particular little tidbit. Okay. Let me cover this little tidbit for you all. Later this week, we will be doing a magic show live. I'm not sure exactly the day, but we will be doing a live stream where I'll be doing magic for all of you live, uncut, no trick mirrors. It's just me, you guys, and my magic kit. Okay. This is going to be done for the simple fact that I know there's a lot of you that have got young ones, or you yourself are young, or whatever the case may be. We're not getting out. We need some entertainment, and I'm going to do it for y'all. And we're going to try to do magic shows every other week until until the entire world gets the all clear. We are going to definitely. Queen Bee says hi. Princess Face says hi right back at you. She's not been feeling good today. Started feeling kind of sick earlier, needed to lie down. Was having kind of like this weird feeling that kind of came over, kind of sick to the stomach and just lightheaded. So she laid down for a little while, feeling better, but not 100%, Really? Forts are big. That's the way it should be, As a matter of fact, and here you are working on it. Queen Bee says, you better get well soon. Yeah. For those that do not know, 3rd Gen 83 also has. Ooh, I'll be off of here in just a moment.
I messed up the pan. I forgot to put butter on it, so my pan's all nasty now.
I'll help you get that clean. Don't worry about it, baby. Okay. For those that do not know, 3rd Gen 83 also has, if I remember correctly, a 1983 third generation Pontiac Trans Am. Gorgeous looking car, coming along very nicely. And absolutely, I am just looking forward to seeing what he does next to this. For the for those that do not know, third gen 83. Every once in a while, I'll pass on what I know about Chevy's small blocks because he's got a great small block engine, and it's like that is my bread and butter. The amazing LSB still in the background, still lurking. So yes, he. So every once in a while he'll pick my brain on a few things for his car because I believe it or not, I really do. When it comes to Chevy small blocks, that I cut my teeth on V8 Chevy small blocks. To give you an idea, um, a Chevy small block 350 weighs about as much. Oh, that's perfectly fine, LSB. That's perfectly fine. To give you guys an idea how much I know about Chevy small blocks, a Chevy small block V8 weighs in almost as much. They weigh in almost the same area as a Ford inline six. If that's any indication how much weight they're extremely light, extremely light. That's why they're so popular still to this day. For those that do not know, you want some fun facts. If you ever want to be on Jeopardy, the Chevy small block, if you ever wondered why on the air cleaner back in the 60s with the Chevy small block, if it says turbo fire, that was what they called it. So the technical name you might see is like the Chevrolet Turbo Fire 350. So if you ever wondered that, or the Chevrolet Turbo Fire 327, that's the technical name for the small block. So if you ever wanted to be on Jeopardy, in 1968, the 327 and the 350 did use a 4-inch bore for the size of the pistons. However, the 327 had a slightly larger bore. So it was so slightly larger that it would require a micrometer to notice it. But even though it's still a 4-inch bore, it is just that much larger than the 350. The crossfire injection. Actually, they used the crossfire injection starting around 1981 to 1984. And the crossfire injection was also used in Camaro. The Pontiac Trans Ams was also used in Corvette. The problem with it is that the crossfire injection had a computer attached to it that just could not keep up with the engine, and the top speed for those 350s that had the crossfire injection was 85 miles an hour. However, there was a company in the late 90s, I don't know if they're still around, that made the update for the crossfire injection, and it was a company called Turbo City. And if I remember correctly, they made an actual update where you took the old ECU out, plugged the new one in, and it worked just like a modern day fuel injection system. And they were even selling refurbished crossfire injection systems. So if you ever wondered about that, again, told you, when it comes to Chevy small blocks. By the way, the first time we seen fuel injection on a Chevy small block was all the way back in 1957 and was discontinued in 1965. The problem with that fuel injection system is that because of the leaded fuel at the time, it would clog the injectors. It wasn't computerized like you would think today, or electronic fuel injection. It kind of ran off of a timing system. It was kind of heavy, but it worked phenomenally well. To give you an idea, a 327 that was rated at 375 horses with the Rochester fuel injection system went all the way up to 385 horses. A 283 in 1957, the first year for the Chevrolet 283 with the Rochester fuel injection system, could get, for the first time in American history, 1 horsepower per cubic inch, which was at 284 horses in a 1957 Chevy passenger car. And typically you found that system in the Black Widow 57 Chevy, which was also called the 150 Series 57 Chevy. had the 57 front clip. It looked like a 57 Chevy on the fenders, the hood, and the front bumper, the grill, and all of that. But after that, all the way back to the rear bumper, it looked like a 55 Chevy. And it was the 150 series. The 210 that everyone's familiar with had the wings. See what I mean? So if you ever wondered about that, hey, what's going on? If it isn't our good buddy Mike. Mike, you better be in the live stream Saturday at 7 o'clock. You know what's coming. I know you were part of that whole inspiration behind that. And again, my boss from work actually said she's going to be in the live Saturday. For those that do get weirded out by what I have to do on Saturday, I will only ask politely that you be there for at least part of it. And because there's going to be Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time, US. So 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, or 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, Chicago time, if that helps. What it would be in Chicago or St. Louis, that will help you. That's Central Standard Time. There you go. There you go. So, and just figure that out with your time zone. But yeah, positive message with me being put in makeup Saturday. It has increased my female audience dramatically. And of course, all the guys who enjoy a good laugh, yeah, whatever it takes for the views, right? Right, folks, whatever it takes for entertainment. And of course, yeah, you better be there. We have a lot of fun in those. Ironically enough, I do have fun doing it. Because, I'll be honest with you. To me, it's acting. And I don't get much time to really just come out and act, and, use my acting skills. I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Princess Faye, for those that do not know, my wife is multi-talented. I mean, multi-talented. I mean, she is multi-talented beyond, like, she does any artwork you see here on the channel. Typically, that's my wife. Typically, there's a couple things that isn't, like our banner. It says the Maverick Nation on it. Tell us a scary story. So it's a lot of stuff like that. This Saturday is going to have a very positive message, and then we'll get into where I try to make every guy feel uncomfortable. So we will definitely have a lot of fun this Saturday. All right, it is about that time where I do need to start winding it down. I've got hey, what's up, A&R? Now, A&R, all right, since you're already here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, buddy, this Saturday, 7 o'clock, you got to be there. You know what's going to happen Saturday. But for the first part, there's going to be, the usual where I'm just kind of talking and interacting with y'all. Then the second part, Princess Faye puts on, slathers me with the makeup. And then after the makeup goes on, then there's going to be a positive message behind it. And then after that, I will do my very best to make everybody feel as uncomfortable as possible. So we're going to have a lot of fun this Saturday. Along with that, sometime during this week, I will be doing another magic show live. You know what's happening. Poor A&R is the one that he's like, he's also one that says that every time he sees the makeup live, even in playback, he's like, I have seen things I can't unsee. Did I get a text? Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yes. Yes, I did. That's close. That's almost the color that we're looking at using. That's almost the color that we're going to be using. So yes, it's going to, yeah. You're on the same page I am. So quit. How many times I got to tell you, man? Quit reading my mind. Again, for those that do not know, Third Gen 83 is my consultant. He's the head consultant on Project Spirit. Anytime, anytime I've got questions or he's like, have you thought about doing this? He's the one that believe me, believe me. You saw it last Saturday. I got the thumbs up, and you ran the other. Oh gosh, dang it! Oh my gosh. um, yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, really, really. Again, my boss is going to be in the live, and she's like, send me a text message reminding me about Saturday. She's like, I want to be in there, which I also get to give her a happy birthday because Sunday is her birthday. So, and for those that do not know, oh yeah, Harold's like, oh yeah, man. And again, there's going to be a positive message because we've had a lot of people that have recently kind of been looking to me to, kind of, that have been kind of looking to me, and really, I mean, it was a bit, and we had a lot of fun doing it. But and I know a lot of people are like, dude, why? It's getting views in the pot, and it's increased my female audience, obviously, and everybody's been laughing their tail ends off, and that's really all that matters. Is that we remember to have as much fun as possible. We've been having a lot of fun, and that's what's up. That is what's up. That we remember to have fun. So that's what we've been doing. And again, we will be doing another magic show later this week. So I do need to jump off here. I am hungry. I got to go take care of my blood sugar. I'm starting to feel a little weak. So, guys and gals, thank you all so much again for being here with me. You guys are amazing. Hey, thank you for being here, A&R. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. And again, there you go. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you, Harold. Now, real quick, again, you too, LSB. Thank you, Sean, for being here. Real quick, again, let me say again, my link. It's my pleasure to do those lives for you all. Again, I will say the link to the Discord is in the description right now. And I know a lot of you have been asking, have been wanting to donate to the channel to help with the projects, to help with the cooking lives, all of that stuff. You've been wanting to help with the Prince Magnum channel, and I appreciate that. You guys are amazing. And we've had the whole thing where we've been just trying to get it to the point where YouTube will let me do that. But because we've not been able to do that, what I've done is my email is in the chat right now for two reasons. One, if you have PayPal, you can now use my email to send donations directly to my PayPal. No problem. So you guys can now do that. Make sure that you send me an email so I can shout you out as a big giant thank you. Unless you don't want me to, then that's something different. Like you want to remain anonymous on that. That's totally fine. Totally fine. But on the other hand, if you do want to get recognized, thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. If you do want to get recognized, be sure to send me an email so I can shout you out. Now that I've said that, along with that, my email is also there because during these times and even after these times, if you need somebody to talk to, send me your email, okay? Send me your email so I can send you my phone number. If you live in the United States or in Canada, I can talk to you. I can call you up. I will send you my phone number. You guys can call me. We can talk. Whatever's eating your lunch. I have a friendly ear. You guys know that. I may not have all the right answers, but you guys are more than welcome to talk to me anytime you need. Okay, because we got to get through this, and of course, we just got to get through life in general, even after this is over with. So again, the email is there. Sean, thank you again for putting that up for all of us. So that brings us to our usual spot. Again, I am the luckiest content creator in the world because I have all of you, the Maverick Nation. And that brings us to the spot where I get to say, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, especially in these dark times, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.